Hi, Natalie. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Brittany. Hi, Melissa. Welcome in, my friends. Hi, Trish. Oh, Trish, I have a little message. Sorry, seeing your name made me remember something I need to send. Well, do you even need that? I don't know. Hi, Yolanda. Welcome. Sorry, we've got a little bit of chaos going on. I got one kid heading to one activity, another kid heading to another. I don't think they're here yet, are they? Oh, they're not here yet. Unless you want to scooter over. They're going to pick you up, though, I think. So, sorry. Grab you another snack, dude. Sorry. Okay, welcome. Hi, Tony. We're just running. I'm running live and our lives over here, our lives. I've got my 15-year-old headed to, she's now doing like 3 classes a day at the Homeschool. And they do AB days. And so she's headed out. And then my youngest son is headed out with a co-op to go hit the reservoir and do some playing at a beach. A very tiny little pond with a little bit of a beach. And he's heading out. So there's just a little bit of chaos going on. And anyway, welcome. Good morning. Hi, Lizzie. How did Spanish go yesterday, Lizzie? I popped in for a minute and it was like, wow, that's a lot of kids. So I believe we're breaking that up now. Yeah. Yeah, buenos días, mi amiga. Where's the link for the book club? Okay, so true is loud, yeah, and joyful. Awesome. Okay, so I'm still working on this. So here's how Mighty Networks works, and it's kind of a pain, but here's how it's doing it. So I created the lives, I create them, but because they're private, right? I have to make them private inside Mighty Networks because only those who pay for the program get access to them. So there was some problems with Mighty Networks yesterday. I couldn't get it added to the group that you guys have access to. Like right after this, I'm going to go in, but what you're going to have to do is log out, log back in for it to show up, but not yet. So I literally have a message right here from Mighty Networks. I was hoping to get it to it this morning, and there's just too many distractions. I have to go in and add it to the online co-op program, and then everybody in there, I either have to go in and invite you, or you have to log out, log back in for it to show up. It's kind of I wish we just pop up for you, but it doesn't. So if you will give me the second this is over, this live, I'm going to go in and make sure it's all added in. I haven't got Thursdays and Fridays activities all in yet. So today's are, sorry, I'm so behind. I didn't actually know I was doing that list until yesterday after the live. So I thought it was already being done. I apologize. Okay. So, and actually, because this meeting actually is about getting the accesses you need. You couldn't get into the Spanish class, Tony. Question, Lizzie. Well, we have up to 100 participants per Zoom meeting, so it shouldn't have been a Zoom problem. We always have somebody who can't get in, we can't figure out why or what happened. Lizzie, were you able to admin enter people while you were doing the class, or do you need a second person in there while you're there to help keep people admitted? Do you know? Because yeah, let's get this figured out. I mean, that's what this meeting is for. Let's figure out the little problems, the little tweaks. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll go in right now. Let me do this. Let me make you guys small. Let me give myself a couple of screens here and see if I can make, maybe I can do, I kind of like to do this with you guys on so that we can make sure it's working. So can you give me, let's see. You can sit on the front porch and wait if you want. I don't, hold on, Ben, should I, okay, la la la. It's one of those mornings. Anybody else a busy mom with too much on her plate? Yeah, okay. Admin, I'm following some instructions here from Mighty Networks. I'm gonna see if let me do it. And let's see if I can get these. Okay. One, they're on their way. They're just loading up their kids. Oh, will you just tell them they're on their way? They'll be here in a minute. I gave them the address. They said, just trying to get kids in the car. Okay. There it is. All right. So, add to this plan. Let me just let Lizzie, you understand our lovely Mighty Networks and all of its little cores. All right, adding the Constitution class. There's a couple things I haven't added in yet. I will get to those in just a minute. It takes a little bit of work here. I'm just going to making sure which class you needed. Hold on. Home study's not paid, is it? Isn't that free? Sorry. Okay. So you got the file cabinet. What was the one you need? Oh, the book club. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I forgot what I was looking for here. Not that. Book club, junior high, high school. Click. All right. What else did I need to add in there? So by the way, so now when you go into Minecraft, you're actually going to see two meetings. So you go into the same group and you're going to see two meetings. One for the older kids, one for the younger kids. They both have separate links. One goes into Zoom, one goes into a StreamYard link. And the same is going to happen for, is it the book club I did that? And the Spanish. You'll go to the same Spanish, but there will be different links for different ages and different times. So, but the book club I made do different groups for younger and older. I'm not sure why. What's the difference? I don't know. It made sense at the time. Okay, let me do this. I'm just making sure I got everything I added in yesterday, which probably isn't all there, but all right. So next. Oh. Notify plan members. All right, we're going to test this. All right, I am now clicking notify members, confirm and submit. Either you got an email, a notification. Will you please go in and check for your book club? Hi, Hannah. Hi, Marissa. Welcome, guys. Okay, sorry, now I can see your chats again. The high school book club is right now. Oh my gosh, you're right. I should have had that added this morning. My bad. I am so sorry. I was going to do that. So it's added. If you go in right now, either refresh your screen. I don't know if you need to log out, log back in. Somebody tell me if you can see it. Yes. Okay. So I'm seeing all the book club messages and can't find it. Okay. I need everybody to log, hold on, Brittany, I'm getting to you. Anne's trying to log in. So you got to log out, log back in into Mighty Networks and it should pop up for you. I need to know if you can see it. It is in there now, supposedly. It also just notified members. So if you are signed up for the co-op, you should be getting some sort of notification, whether email or in your app. You got messages. Where did you get the messages, Tony? Did you get an email and app? Because, yeah, I'm so sorry. The high school thing is now. Both. Okay. Did you see? Let me do a quick for Mighty Networks. So if you go, let me do this. Okay. I'm going to share screen real quick. Oh, let me share screen. Come on. Let me share screen. Because I made it too small. All right. Let's see. Got too many things open, guys, and the computer is kind of slowing on me. Anna's in. Got it. Okay. So check out the new courses we have added, but no link. Okay. So what should be happening is you should see it in your group. So let me do this. Make you big and big so I can see and share. So there shouldn't be a link. You should be able, I'm trying to go to the window so I can share here. Okay. First thing you're going to do, yay, okay, is so inside the group right here, if you got the notification, you should now see it. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Nope. That's the kid book club, parents book club. Because I haven't logged out and logged back in. Do I have to do that too? I might have to do that too. I might even have to refresh my page. So it should be over here. See, I'm starting to add little logos, little icons so you guys can hopefully see them a little. There we are. It is in here. This is our cute, oh, you can't even see it because, okay, let me get up here. It's at the very bottom right now. I will change this later to the top. Right here, it's a little book. If you click on that. If you don't see this, you need to log out and log back in. And you should be able to see it. It's right here. We got a little book club, high schoolers, view event, and you should be able to get in. Josiah's in, good, okay. I didn't think, oh, so it doesn't, oh, I could add a link to that. I assumed it led to a link, Hannah, I'm sorry. Sometimes the way Mighty Networks works and the way I think it should work don't always match up. So I apologize for that. Hi, Jolie, welcome. Jolie Gallo, bienvenida. Okay, so how many of you, we got it? Something I want to show you guys. Go up to this little bell. Okay, if you're getting emails and messages, if you're getting emails and you're getting notifications on the app and you would like to have less emails, go to this little bell right here. Aiden and Melody are in. Awesome. Okay. I wanted my kids to be in there, but they're both got to be somewhere else right now. I don't know how all of the programs did not work time-wise for my kids, but we're going to get into something. Okay. Click on this little bell and then click on the settings button. Sorry, Brittany, I'm coming. And then come in here and change your notifications. You can have email on or off. You can have mobile push on or off. I would recommend keep the mobile push. If you don't like the emails, get rid of the emails. You may not even see them anyway. Sometimes then you can decide if you want oh, look at that. Desktop notifications are on for My Homeschool Village in Chrome. Open your browser settings to manage permissions. Come on. Right. Oh, my computer's freezing. Too many things open. Let me get some things closed. I'm not sure what I had jobs in the middle. Okay. There you go. So then you can come on here and you decide when you want a notification. If all you want to know is when the activity is relevant to you, turn everything else off. If you want private chat, space chat, ambassador notifications, live streams, all posts, hosts, okay, go in and make that customized for you. We know that the information we do in Mighty Networks costs you guys a lot of emails. It can be a little confusing, so go in there and you are welcome to do that. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm catching up on your conversation. So first issue is everybody's in book club. For the Spanish, if it got a little overwhelming, we're going to divide that class up in, is it half hour? Anyway, the details will be posted. Okay. Other questions on basic, just how things work? If not, I'm going to go in and answer Brittany's question. Anybody else have any other questions before I shift gears on how things are working? Remember, go up to this bell, click the settings, change how you hear about what the heck's going on in My Homeschool Village. We want to make sure you guys aren't overwhelmed by us. We want to be helpful, not overwhelming. And we know we can be overwhelming, and we're still trying to figure out how to be less overwhelming. Maybe we're just, yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right, turn those off. Turn that off. And let's see what you guys are talking about over here. She's having an issue unmuting. You know what I might? Melissa, which class? Do you have the Constitution class set up? Yeah, I have that too. I just added that in as well. If you don't see the Constitution class, what's not added is the journalism class that I will be adding really quick here in about an hour. The Constitution class is added. So if you don't see the Constitution class, log out, log back in, and it should pop up for you. And if you still can't see it, then email Trish because something else is off. Okay, but it should work. But the Constitution class is in. The journalism I didn't get added, and I think it was just Thursdays and Fridays. I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, marked them all down, created everything, got it done, and then got distracted in other responsibilities. I'll come back and do Thursday and Friday this morning, and it'll all be added. Okay. Anne is probably having issues unmuting because I set it to automatically mute everybody when they come in because it's so distracting when the teacher's in there and then people come in and they got their family background noise going on. So everybody should be automatically muted when they come in and then you have to ask them to unmute. So anyway, you can pass that along, Trish. If she wants me to turn off that setting, I can, or she can. Okay. Brittany, thank you, hun. Is he gone? Good. When you pray for a friend for your child, they come. Can I just tell you, we were praying for a little friend group for my son this year. He didn't want to co-op. And then there was an email went out to like local moms and they're like, hey, we just want to create 3 or 4 kids to play once a week. And I was like, in, and they just picked him up. So I'm telling you, God answers prayers in the coolest ways. Okay. Brittany says, as a working and homeschooling mom, can you show us how you balance both and productively get tasks done and add in for those that are on the ADHD and autistic spectrum? Okay, let me wrap my head around this. And Juan, he came back and is trying to get in the garage. How you balance both and productively get tasks done and add in for those that are. So I am going to give you an answer you're not going to like. Yeah, what is the biggest struggle, Brittany? So let me make sure and go through and read it all before I give you my answer on this. My biggest struggle is daughter is on top of me and I'm trying to get my ADHD will give me productive procrastination tasks instead of productive tasks. Yes, very good. Okay. Let me see, was there anything for me? It isn't the motivation to do. Okay, for me it isn't motivation to do and setting time. It is too many shiny spoons that my brain thinks all the tasks I need to do need to be done urgently, and the part of my daughter isn't her annoying at all. It is that when I sit to focus I need more than 5 seconds to focus on a task, otherwise my brain won't do the task because what's the point if I get distracted every 5 seconds? Okay, so I know Brittany's not alone in this. Oh, you got it, Melissa. Okay. You had to request access and we didn't have to grant it, it just let you in. Yay. Yay. Okay. Or do I need to let you in? Oh, you had to let her in. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Especially because, yeah, they should only be seeing it if they're paying co-op number and have that link. And then so we're gonna have to be letting people in. Okay. Just so that you know, Heather, I know, and anybody ready? So come on, team, that's what we're gonna have to do is watch this. I wish it would just let you in. Okay, so Brittany, here are survival tactics for this, okay? Because I'm in the same boat, and you have a 6-year-old doing this to you. I have 5 children doing this to me, plus nieces and nephews who pop in all the time. Plus, anyway, so I get this. I totally get this. And I have had a lot of pressure over this because I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to homeschool my kids. I need to be able to deep dive into things and focus for long periods of time. Here's what I do. I get up at 3 a.m. some days. I get up at 4 a.m. some days because I know that I cannot get anything done once the kids wake up. So I have literally gotten up often at 3 and 4 in the morning and worked for 2 hours I go work out, I come back, I work some more. Or sometimes I'll just work through until my kids wake up. Now that they're older, they're sleeping in until 10, and it's awesome, and I let them because I can get more work done. But I can get more done from 3 in the morning to 5 in the morning, or even 5 to 7 in the morning, than I can the entire rest of the day because of the interruptions. So number one, list. Make sure you have a checklist and don't let yourself move on to the next thing until the checklist is done. Number two, you're going to have to give up sleep. And by 8 p.m., I am exhausted. And we do early bedtime around here. Now that my kids are older, I'll go to bed, and I don't care when they go to bed, as long as, I mean, that's a whole different thing when you have teenagers and mostly adult children now. But when they were little, I put my kids to bed at 7:30 to 8 o'clock with a book. And it was like, you don't get out of bed, you can read or you can sleep, but that's it. And I would go to bed early and get up really early. Yeah, I'll have to nap in the day. I can do a 20-minute power nap on the couch with the kids around me. So that's how I get it done. That's how Heather gets it done. Sometimes she works from 9 p.m. until 4 a.m. And you drive your husband to work. So it's really about, and this is one of the great things about my homeschool village and our programs. Okay. So my children now know that they get up, they make their breakfast, and they get to work on their homeschooling. Their computers are next to mine. We have mine, we have theirs. Everybody has their own computer, Chromebook, whatever, in an area that I can see. And the responsibility is get up, eat, get to work, because they already have their assignments. They already have it all scheduled out. I've already gone in and told, they know their responsibilities. They have a checklist and they know what has to be done before they're allowed to do anything else. So it buys me another couple hours, and they're doing it on their own, and I can keep working on my homeschool village. When they're done, we try to all be done by noon. Like I don't know if you'll notice, but Heather and I afternoon in here aren't here that much because we've worked from 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever. And we're done by noon because we need a nap and we're being moms. So it's important to make sure that when you're working from home while homeschooling, that you free up your time to focus on children. You have to create your power hours, you guys. You can't try to mix it up. These are my work hours where I focus, and my kids understand that when I am in the zone, don't mess with me. You need to be in your zone. Go find it. And it's a training system. A 6-year-old isn't probably a little young to be trained into this yet, but she can be, and it can be done a little at a time. Get your power hours in, but then get your family focus in and forget the work. You have to divide. You have to focus. Don't try to work while they're trying to get, I found that if I will give my kids those focus hours and they know that in these hours that I am theirs, they don't bother me as much because they know that if they leave me alone here, they get this. But they also know if they bug me here, they don't get this. So that's just some boundaries you have to set, some training you have to do. It's why my homeschool village works. It's why Heather and I created my homeschool village, because if you set them up inside my homeschool village's programs, there's a lot of education you don't have to do anymore. So you can work. So you can do other things, because moms don't have to be on 24/7. Okay. And this is like, I think one of the worst misconceptions of new homeschool moms is that they feel like they have to be on 24/7. But a mom who understands she's raising children to be able to control themselves, it's not your job to entertain them. It's not your job to do all of the education. It's your job to manage the education. It's your job to make sure they are entertaining themselves. It's your job to teach them that they need to work. But once, as a child gets older and they learn to educate themselves and they learn to manage their own time, homeschool moms' lives are actually extremely free. The older my kids got, it's like, I only need to work with them for an hour or two, and the rest they're doing on their own. It's not 24/7. And if you're on 24/7, you're doing it wrong. There are better ways to mother, homeschool. We can do a lot of things. It's about training them up in the way they should go. Sound familiar? Yes, that line in the Bible works spiritually. We train them up in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. That is what we teach, right, spiritually. But it also works with teaching them when they're working and when they're playing. It's about teaching them what they're responsible for and what they're accountable for. Those are vital to your freedom and theirs. The harder you work now, the less you're going to have to work in the later years. A mom who doesn't work hard in the beginning is going to work hard her whole life. But a mom who trains those kids up in the way they should go at a young age is going to work less every year. So do the hard work in the beginning, get the training done, show them what is and is not okay. And then they will learn themselves. My kids are almost completely independent of my husband and I. We both work from home. We both are running companies, but the kids know when our power hours are, and they will leave us alone and get their homework done during those power hours. And they know when we relax and let go and when we're available. And you know what? They're responsible. Their MHSV schedule helps them know when I am mom and once I am working. I am at. Heather says, yep, I actually am missing working with the kids now that they are 17 years old plus. Yeah, I know. I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. So I actually read, there's a woman I follow on social media, and I need to find out her name. I love her. She's this beautiful Asian woman, and she is like a therapist. And she talks about children's, teens specifically. And she said this thing the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so true. A child before the age of 13 can be taught. Your job for a child up until 13 is teach, 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 train, train, train. Okay, you're teaching and training until they're 13. But guess what? When they turn 13, they're done being taught. They don't want to be taught anymore. Now you actually have to shift your role as the mother. You are now cheerleaders and support. You move from I'm the lead and the boss to I'm here, what can I do to help? Who do you want to be? How do I support that? And if you're willing to make that change, your teenagers and will be your best friends. But by the time they're 13, you're done. They won't hear you anymore. It's now your time to switch from teach to listen, to hear. So once your kids are 13, your main role is to listen and ask questions. What can I do to help you? How can I support that idea? What do you need in order to be able to fulfill that dream of yours? Those are your questions you're asking. But when they're under 13, this is when you're like, this is who we are. These are our morals. This is how we act. This is what you need, is expected of you. And then when they're 13, it's how can I help you? Heather says, for some reason, they don't want to sit and do color pages with me anymore. What? You're 17-year-old? Get this. Heather, actually, my kids will do color pages with me now. We actually love those adult coloring books. And we turn on books, or my husband will still read to the family, and we get out our coloring books and color. I still find it therapeutic. Listen to a book in color. Oh, love it. Lizzie says, I heard that after 13, you are more of a coach than a parent. Exactly. You are their what they need to hear from 13 to forever after that is, I am your biggest fan. I'm here to help you get where you want to be. What do you want me to do? And I learned this from a therapist friend of mine. We've had her in here a few times, Carlene. It's about you now become curious, right? So my 12-year-old, who's going to be 13 soon, is like, okay, Mom, I have this idea and I want to build this. And he's got this creative thing in his brain he wants to do. And I'm like, oh, you should try this. You should. No, Mom. And I'm like, have you thought about this? No, Mom. So the other day, I'm like, okay, what do you need? He's like, I need this. I'm like, all right, let's go to Joann's. You need the padding. You need the paint. Okay, so I walked him in. I'm like, all right, what do you need? What's your checklist? I need paint. Okay, we walked over to paint. He grabbed his paint. Now what do you need? I need padding. Okay, what kind of padding? Do you want this padding? No. This padding? No. Here's some options. I'm the one that knows where all the paddings are. He's like, I need padding, but I don't know. Okay, well, Mom, now I need. So my job is to help him find the resources and pay for the resources because he's still young. And then, but it's his design. It's his project. It's his idea. And he's had a few times where he's come to me and he's like, I can't figure out this problem. I'm like, what about this? And he just says no to everything. And then later he'll come back and be like, Mom, I have an idea. And it might have been one of my suggestions. That's okay. I'm like, oh, great idea. You sound like my mom. So she basically said the same yesterday. That's funny. I can't agree more with everything you're saying. My kids are 20, 18, 14, and 7. The 3 oldest are pretty much adults. And the 1 little is my fun kid. Yeah, I think after you paid the price for the first few, it's like the younger ones just become, you learn to just enjoy your younger children. And it's like, wow, this is just fun. And I'm running out of time. Once my oldest left the house, she left too early. I mean, it snuck up on me. I didn't know she was ready. What? It was a bit of a shock. She left too early for my sake, not for hers. But after that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm out of time. And I started to really appreciate the other kids more. and every moment more. And I'm trying to make myself more available to them, but they don't need me all day anymore. They need me when they need me. And working my homeschool village allows me to be available to them. So yeah, you just have to be available. Hi, Priscilla. Okay, so does that help, Brittany? Right, Tony? Oh. With the youngest being 12 and watching how fast the others grew up, I didn't realize a homeschool child is a slow grower the first 10 years. So the first 10, even 12 years, they take a long time to mature. My 12-year-old is still very much, he plays great with 10-year-olds because he's still in an imagination stage. He still is in a make-believe stage, and I love it. But I know that the second he makes the switch, he's going to grow up fast. So a homeschool child takes a lot longer to mature those first 12 years because they're allowed to be children. But once they decide they're ready to be an adult, and those teen years, they actually mature faster. So there's a speed up time between 13 to 17 where they're actually by 16 and 17, they're like, I'm ready to move on. And they're wanting to learn skills that will help them to do so. And so that to me was the hardest part about homeschooling is I loved that they took forever to grow up, but then all of a sudden they went from child to adult and were very responsible and able to move on. And that was a great sign, right? The best thing you can do as a mother is put yourself out of a job. If they don't need you anymore, you did it right. If they just want you as a friend, you did it right, which sucks. But they grow up so fast. So by 16 and 17, my kids had their own ideas and we were working on the school or lessons or that they wanted to pursue for the rest of their lives. But it was like, whoa, the rest of the world, the public school world, teenagers don't mature till their 20s. They still can't figure out because they never got a childhood. And so now they're trying to put back in the childhood they missed out on in the beginning. And that's why our current generation is struggling so much is because they didn't get a childhood. And so now they're grasping at it in their late teens, early 20s. And so they won't grow up. And that's the difference between the homeschooled and the public school child. Okay, any questions? I'm going to do a So I'm going to do one more share screen here. I got to pull up my, I'm sure, or, well, do I need to? Okay. Okay. Questions on the program. You can't find something, access to something, how to use a program. Do you want me to give you a tour on anything that's going on? We have a lot of our programs we are currently paying our yearly fees for. So let me know if something's not working. Like I went to pay the Generation Genius the other day and there was a problem. So sometimes the tech doesn't mix up and I didn't know somebody couldn't get access. I had to go and fix it. So if you find out if there's, as you're accessing things, if you have any issues, please send us a mail or send us a message of some sort. We think it's all working. Sometimes, you know, we don't go and check on everything all the time. So let us know. Do we have, Heather, the new video of how to do study.com? Anne can't answer that because she's in with the teenagers. Do we have that? Oh, she's still working on it, so it's not posted yet. Okay. I was going to show where it was if it was posted, but if it's not posted, then. Oh, you're editing. Okay. Have you guys found any program that does like experiment boxes, only like sends out the boxes each month? There are out there. We don't put it with My Homeschool Village because of the cost, but there are some. However, I'm gonna do a however on this. Okay, I have paid for those before, and I have to say I was extremely disappointed because to be sent a $25, $50 package of ingredients that I have at home was really like, ouch, why did I do that? If you go to Generation Genius, okay, here's it, let's do that. Let me show you why I don't need one. Those are really expensive. So, and Trish, it's just a reminder to everyone, check for your have been teaching email. Go in and explore. Thank you, Trish. That's one of those I need to make sure is paid up, and I think we are. Okay, so Generation Genius, right? I am logged in. If you go to one of their science lessons, go to lessons, Yeah, you can purchase Generation Genius boxes on your own. They have them, but check out the lesson, okay? If I go into one of the lessons and it gives me reading material activity guide. Is that the right place? Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Look at this, okay? I get a materials list and instructions on what to do. So right here it says pieces of construction paper, bowl, pencil, glue stick, pair of scissors, pack of markers. I have all of that at home. So now if I don't have it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get on my Walmart app and I'm gonna add it right now. So the next time I buy groceries, I click and I've got it. So, yeah, what Becky's saying. So like I mean, why pay for that? You guys, we're here to help you save money. So that's one. And these are just tells you what to do. And then look, follow the instructions, fold the circles in half, put the winter one in front of you. Like, could you get more specific? How it works. You can even get in more lessons, okay? And it'll even tell you like what the next lesson to do is, what you'll learn. Let's see what this activity guide says. It's still showing the research. Oh, it's not moving with me. Why isn't it moving with me? All right, hold on. Oh, it's because I didn't do the window. I did the page. Okay, how about that? Yeah, okay. So, okay, let me show you again. So you come down. Here's your material list for this one, okay? You scroll down how it works, and then check out the full lesson on 4 seasons and day. You okay? What are you looking for? Out on the porch, they were drying. I washed them for you. Yeah. And they match your shirt, so cute. Okay, then it comes back to the main lesson. So this is all you need. Now, sometimes, let's see, let's do a little check here. Log in. Why is it asking me to log in? Because I checked out. Oh, because I probably should have gone there first. Okay. Let's go back to science for a minute. We're good. Okay. So let's check out the 6th to 8th grade. Let's check out atoms and molecules. I wonder what their experiment will be here. You've got your video, then you come out and let's see what the DIY activity guide is. Okay, this one I'm gonna need a box of total cereal, which I don't have in my cupboard, so I'm gonna add that immediately to my Walmart grocery list. Strong Ziploc bag, got it. Cup of warm water, yep. Strong neodymium magnet. I know I have magnets around here, whether it's neodymium, I don't know. Maybe I'll put that into my Amazon cart, okay? And then I will say, okay, we'll just have to do this activity after I've gone grocery shopping, and I'll put that on my calendar. So yeah, you may not have the stuff. Add it to your Amazon cart, guys. You're gonna spend so much less money doing it this way. Questions? And remember, math, guys. My son, okay, I have been fighting my 12-year-old. We've been having a little issue. He said, I say, is your homework done? He says, yes. I said, you got everything done so you can go hang out. He's like, Mom, I want to go do whatever. Is your homework done? Yes. Did you do your math? Oh, no. Anybody else having that issue? So then I have to go in and be like, you didn't do your math. Well, I am making him right now. This is what he's doing right now. He's 12, should be in 7th grade math. I am making him go through every single one of these videos right now. I don't care what grade it is. He's starting at K-12. And I made him go through every single video because it's just review for him right now. He's going to go, I think he's about through 5th grade now. Every single video. Notice it's 3 through 5. Notice it's not a specific grade. Yeah. So now he's going to go through 6 through 8, and he's going to do not only the videos, but also the assignment is what he's now got to do. And we are going through the entire thing because by the time he is done with 8th grade, which will be next year, I want to know that he knows every single math in this program. And this is what he's going to do because then I'm going to move him to study.com. I'm not moving him to study.com before that because because if I've got him on study.com and he's watching Generation Genius, it can get confusing. They don't work in the same thing. I think math is important in a specific flow. So because this flow says if you get all the way through, you've got everything up to 8th grade math, right? So I'm making sure he gets every single thing, even if he has to start over, we're doing it all. I don't care if it takes until 10th grade, he's gonna get all this done. Once he's done with Generation Genius, math and science, and he has seen every video on here, then I'm moving him to study.com, but not before. And this is what I recommend any of you do, to be honest, just because study.com is awesome. It has so many resources, but it can, it's a personality issue more, study.com, whereas this gives them a great foundation. This foundation at Generation Genius is better than anything I ever got in elementary school, ever. So your kids will be well educated in math and science with Generation Genius. Any questions about Generation Genius? Where's my stop sharing? Stop sharing. Any questions about Generation Genius and the science that's in there? I've done it with science as well. I made him start over because I'm like, you know, he's the baby. And I remember my older kids are like, oh, do you remember we did this experiment when we learned that and when we did that? And I'm like, wow, I forgot. I haven't done any of this with the younger. So I put him through here. And you know what's interesting? All the work I put together for my older children, my youngest, who's been going through Generation Genius, is more educated in science and math than my older kids because it's so well done. And this is my favorite, okay? He's been doing the Generation Genius videos and he really enjoys them. So he's going through them. We're sitting at the dinner table. My son-in-law, who is an engineer, a very knowledgeable engineer, and maybe a little on the gutsy side, my son goes, so Mom, did you know? And he starts explaining the science. And I'm like, I actually didn't know that. What the heck is that? And where'd you learn it? And he's like, Generation Genius. So my son-in-law's like, yeah, that's not true, because he starts showing him. My son, my 12-year-old, stands up to his 20-something-year-old brother-in-law. He's like, no, this is right. And let me show you. So he explains and starts debating with my older son-in-law. And so my son-in-law starts doing the research, and sure enough, my 12-year-old was right. And he was like, oh. And I was like, bam! I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's working. Generation Genius is working. And my son-in-law was private school educated. He was, his father worked for an oil company in Saudi Arabia. So he was raised with rich private school children, kings and queens' daughters. Like, he dated a princess, you know? So to him, his education is the best. And guess what? He got out science from a 12-year-old using Generation Genius. There you go. Okay? So if you're wondering if your kids are getting a good education in my homeschool village, oh, they're getting the best education in my homeschool village. As a yay, I made a breakthrough with my daughter on the English side, and why her and I have been fighting each other. Oh, good for you, because anytime you can get and figure out why you and your child are fighting, it's a bonus. I mean, that's just part of life, right? Fighting with your kids. Yeah. If you guys are not using Generation Genius with anybody, and can I just say, if you have a 9th or 10th grader, I would still put them through Generation Genius, and I would still make them start at the beginning, because if you pulled them out of public school at any time, they got holes, huge holes. And if you're doing it yourself, they might have holes, because how many of you have switched up curriculums? And this curriculum teaches this, and this curriculum teaches this, and they may not overlap. And anyway, so as a kid, I moved every 2 to 3 years of my life, and it was a different state, and it was a different school, and it was a different, and guess what? This school had this line that they were teaching, because they assumed all the children that were coming to their school would stay there forever. Well, this school had a completely different idea of what should and shouldn't be taught in different grades. And I repeated lessons and grades, because in 7th grade it was taught here, but in 5th grade it was taught here. So I missed things, or I repeated things. By the time I was out of school, I didn't have a great education. So I re-educated myself with my kids. And can I just tell you, I'm so much smarter now than I was when I got out of 12th grade. Granted, I'm old. But moms, go through these videos too. Watch them with your kids. Enjoy the videos together. Discuss it. Your kid will get more out of watching the video with you and the two of you talking about it than any worksheet, than really any other option. Like, that's true homeschooling. Let's watch the video and discuss it. How does it apply in our lives? How can we use this? Why do we care? Those are the questions we should be asking our kids through these videos. So make sure you're checking this out. Okay. Hi, Mari. Didn't see you join us in there. You snuck on in. Okay, today at 2 Eastern time, noon my time, we are going to be going live here, but we're going to do it on Zoom. So everybody check for the Zoom link. I'll show it. We'll post the Zoom link right before. We're going to Zoom. You're going to show your pretty faces. I want to see your cute faces. Or we did it last week and I loved it. And that way you guys can recognize each other and I can see you and you can see me and you can see each other and we can discuss a little better, which I loved. And so we're going to do that at noon today. If you want to be able to make that Zoom meeting, we would love to have you. So Wednesdays, noon Mountain Time, 2 Eastern Time. Sorry for that confusion. 11 Pacific. You can hear my husband is in his own meeting across the room. We've spent the last week moving all the rooms around so my husband can have an office upstairs and shut the door. And they're like, are you sure you don't want a bomb? But I like being in the center of the home where I can see what's going on while I work. So, okay. Questions? I'm here for the answers. Just an FYI, I will have to like cut that meeting off right at 1, if not even a few minutes before. I've got a doctor's appointment with my son and 2 hours away. And we got a long trip ahead of us. So I gotta like jump out of here as soon as we're done. He had back surgery 6 months ago, and this is his final. You've healed, we're hoping, today. So hi Deanna, hi Kaven, welcome you guys. So glad to have you. So you totally just missed all our conversation, but don't worry. I am going to, this is recorded. Every meeting we do in here is recorded. I'm going to repost it in our lives. Do you know, let me show you where this will be posted. Share screen. Da, da, da. Okay. Here inside Mighty Networks, if you go to live recordings right there, in about 30 minutes after, it always takes about 30 minutes to like download. Okay. Why are you just taking the scooter in? Whatever. Okay, thank you, Raya. Love you, bye. Okay, so I'm telling you, having 20-year-olds living with you and doing all the driving is awesome. Okay, so you're gonna go here to live recordings. And what you'll see, whoa. Okay, well, look at the message I just found. We need to work on that. Okay, there is our video from last week. So you'll see it, you just scroll down. I try to get them titled with what's in it so you can find it. This is, you just come in here and you can watch all the lives that you want to find in here, okay? We only started doing this last few weeks. It can be a little overwhelming, I know, I'm sorry. So, oh look, there's even comments. I need to come in here and check it out. Okay, so questions, you can come back and watch this video. Give me 10 minutes for this video to download and post it, and then it'll be up. Okay, questions. I will be live again tomorrow morning as well, answering questions about the program, where things are, how to get in, all of that kind of stuff. For those of you who are members of our online co-op, we have added journalism class. Right now, our teenagers are in a book club together. We also have added the Constitution class, and we're splitting up Minecraft. Anyway, there's some new things going on. You need to log out, log back in, and you'll see them pop up in your menu. But for some reason, Mighty Networks makes you do that little reset so that you'll see all the new ones. Hi, Robin Ben Waganin. Keep laying on my hair. Oh. Okay, any other questions? Hello, okay, Robin. So I was just showing there, this live video will be right here, right there. Just click on that. It'll bring you here and you will see videos, okay? This will be here for you in about 10 minutes. You can come back and watch it anytime. So if you have any questions, let me know. In the meantime, you guys, I will see you today at noon Mountain Time, 2 Eastern Time. And then the rest of you can figure out, is that Central 1, Pacific 11. We will be back in here on a Zoom meeting so we can see your gorgeous faces and so we can talk to each other and you guys can help each other out. Excuse me. And that is, that'll be fun. So we'll see you then. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.